ReganRadio.com. Take over. Last mission. Final boss mode. What it do?
So yes, we're going to, slide off from the boxing topic and then, talk about another thing that's, that's dear to us, martial arts. Boxing. If you're a boxing fan, your martial arts is also not too far behind. But basically, though, we're bloodthirsty ghouls. So any forms of fighting is okay with us, even if if we go into the martial arts movie genre.
Even if it's choreographed, because that still takes skill and technique and dedication and hard work and practice.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way by working with some people for like stunt stuff. Like, yo, that shit is nuts. It's nuts. Like, you want to know one crazy fun fact? So for the Raid 2, they took a whole year for them to practice all the stunts.
I believe it.
Yeah, I believe that shit. Believe the hell out of that.
Yeah, because them Raid movies changed a whole lot. Because now you see the martial art in every damn movie. Any other action movie going forward, like you have the Raid cats. If there's a Raid cat in there, he's gonna do something of that nature.
It's like you jumped in.
He's going to kill at least 10 people before he dies.
That's the thing. Is like if you just show up to a movie set and you see one of the cats from the Raid, you're like, oh shit, like.
Yeah, you already know.
This is gonna be good.
I mean, even if the movie is shitty.
Depends. But yes, no, Pat's right. Even if the movie's shitty, you just gotta look for the good moments, which is when they're involved.
With that one part.
I will say, if they only asked to do action, because sometimes dialogue is very painful.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, most martial art movies, the dialogue is not, it's not there, and obviously, it's not.
There's so many martial arts movies with great dialogue. It's just, I can't even just pigeonhole and just say, well, shit, the movie we about to talk about now, fucking Yip Man 4.
Yes.
Dialogue was great.
It had great dialogue.
It was so good, they made a fourth one.
Each Yip Man is like a classic and it's like a 10, but for some reason, they're always better than the last one. So it's hard to really evaluate them. You just tell somebody, look, you're gonna love all four. Like it's like the Israel Vasquez, Rafael Marquez trilogy, but then you just got an extra one too that's just as good.
Well, technically the fourth entry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The fourth one wasn't.
What should have happened? It's actually a low-key an atrocity in boxing, but
yeah, it shouldn't have happened. But I'm saying, like, just imagine getting that trilogy and then someone says, okay, here's part 4, like.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's what Yip Man is, part 1. Classic.
Yeah, and the one thing about the Yip Man movies is, how come they've never had like a full, unless I'm speaking about a full-blown American release? Like every time, I saw a couple of them in the theaters, but they're not.
Because they'll fuck it up.
Yeah, but it's like I have to go to the art theaters. Like how I see the first Raid movie. It's like limited release type runs. And then
it's crazy because see, this is the thing. I've never seen Yip Man in the theaters, and I've seen Raid in the theaters. I've seen fucking Crouching Tiger in the theater. I've seen Ghost Dog, The Way of the Samurai in the fucking theater.
I think it might also fall down to the negotiation table. If one side didn't approach the other, then you won't see it. Yeah,
because I've heard some people have seen Black Dynamite in the theater.
Yeah, because it's just like, who's met each other across the theater? So that's the thing. It's like, if one person doesn't decide to actually make the effort, you're never gonna see it.
Movies are like so popular and so good. Like, you would think that would be like one of those movies over here that they would just bring over here. Like, okay, like,
do not underestimate ignorance.
Right, and like in the movies they make money. Like, I mean, they make money. Like, they make back at least like 5 times their budget, easy. Every single like the last Yip Man movie. So I think also because of that, okay, we gotta have Yip Man 4, the finale. This is this one was spectacular. I mean, the LB was like, yo, nigga, did you watch that movie yet? I was like, nah, I didn't watch that yet. I was watching Jumanji. He's like, nigga, what? Yo, nigga, what the fuck is you doing? Go watch Yip Man 4. I'm like, damn, nigga, can I watch Jumanji first? Damn.
No, fuck Jumanji. No, Jumanji's good, but fuck Jumanji. When it comes to Yip Man, bruh, like When I seen this shit just blew me the fuck away. Like the essence, like the cinematography, like the way it's shot, and it just gives you the vibe of that, like, the 1970s vibe.
Yeah,
It felt like America was like just blooming with, like, it was getting groomed for like excellence and martial arts to take over and get big, and it captured that vibe.
It captured not just like from from China, but also like in America too. When you had a lot of them going to America, and then yeah, they have their own communities, and of course, eventually opening martial arts schools, which some of the old time masters did not agree with, and they captured that beautifully in this movie.
Perfectly. Oh my god! See, and the thing is, I had to tell my pops about it because he loves the Yip Man movies, and he's older, so he got into martial arts in the 70s and the late 60s. Around the time when Bruce Lee and all of them was, and Chuck Norris and all of those dudes were coming over, Bob Wall, everybody. I'm not saying coming over, but
yeah, Jim Kelly didn't come over either.
we're just fucking,
Bolo Ying,
Yeah, all those guys, it was just exploding, and Jim Kelly, all this shit, like, and so everybody, it just took this shit by storm. Like, I remember he had the Black Belt magazines, and had a Bruce Lee issue,
Right.
Don the Dragon Wilson, Benny the Jet, Steven Seagal. So,
Yeah.
and every time I would read these magazines, just like pictures and the techniques, and we used to study them and just read them, and then we'll see the movies and be like, yo. So when you read those magazines, you just picture the vibe, like you already like falling face forward into this shit.
Yeah.
So to see that vibe, like just transfer itself on the damn TV, like in a movie. And I'm not even from that era. I felt like I had a secondhand look at that era. So I'm an 80s baby. So
Yeah, straight, same here.
So just to see
I
that,
think we all are.
I'm like, oh my goodness, like this shit's amazing. Like the movie just starts off action packed, like it's just wow. Like you have to see this movie. If you love Yip Man, if you a Donnie Yen fan like I am,
Yeah.
you have to see
And one thing before I really talk about the movie with Donnie Yen's portrayal of Yip Man, like, I mean, the stuff that he goes through to actually go into is like nothing less than spectacular. Like, I mean, dude is, he's a ripped guy. He's, he's like 170 pounds. Like, he's ripped. Every time he's done this, he's had like he's gone down to like 135 to actually do this and actually to keep maintaining that weight in order to actually portray. Because the real Ip Man was a small guy. He was a small man.
Kind of frail looking. Right?
Yeah, kind of frail looking. Yeah.
And people say Bruce Lee was small, but
yeah, sure.
Yip Man was smaller than him.
Yeah, and Donnie Yen goes, and honestly, Donnie Yen's one of those actors that, I mean, he should get, like, I mean, he really should have crossed over to American martial art action movies by now. They try to just they make him, they put him in a little role, like they don't give him no leading star role. They always give him as like a side character, like in Blade, like his
Blade, the Star Wars. They always do that shit to him.
Yeah.
Like him and Michael Jai White, they do that shit too.
Yeah, because those two guys, like, if you put them in like major roles, like, I mean, they should be bigger than what they are. I mean, at least Michael Jai White, I think he might have found a niche for himself in a way. I mean, Black Dynamite definitely gave him some life. But Donnie Yen should have been crossed over with like Jackie Chan or Jet Li type of,
Even Ewan Biao, like even Sammo, like all those.
Yeah, even Sammo Hung.
Yeah.
Crossed over.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sammo Hung is like the most crazy one. You can even see it like from how he looks differently. From the early movies of Jackie Chan, he was just your typical fat guy. But then you see him in most movies, he looks like legit like a mob boss who can beat the shit out you.
And he's done movies with Donnie Yen. I'm trying to remember, what was the one when he was a mob boss and
it was the early Ip Man.
It was before Yip Man.
I can't remember the name of it, but I know which one you're talking about.
No, I was gonna say no. It wasn't like the Flashpoint movie because he was an inspector in that.
Nah, it wasn't Flashpoint. No. It was around that same era. I'd have to go into the room and look.
Flashpoint is one of those. It's just like they just happen to randomly translate it and just happen to be in the bottom shelf of a DVD place.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I see the commercials.
That's the respect it got.
I had bought Flashpoint at the damn store when I seen that shit. I was like, oh, I gotta.
So
get
I guess my question for both of you guys is like, what do you think is stopping some of those other guys who should come over? Or what stopped them at the time? Because we know like
Language
there's certain guys
barrier.
who came over.
Language barrier is one. Like,
Okay.
like I mean, some of them didn't speak English that good. It's like Samuel Hung doesn't speak English that good, as far as I know. Jackie Chan did speak. I mean, his was passable, but I think it took longer. I think it was just the type of movies because his movies are intense with the fight choreography. So it's like, you know.
But he had a different type of movie. Like Donnie Yen was the only guy who kind of did. He leaned into everything. Like Jackie Chan was at that whole playful action with some kung fu scenes and fuckery sprinkled through.
I also just realized there's also Jet Li.
Yeah, I mean,
Then Jet Li would be serious, but then Jet Li had a lot of wushu and traditional type of film and historical films.
Except when he was Yulaw.
Yeah. So
He is
Donnie
nobody's
Yen,
bitch.
who had everything. Like Donnie Yen, he would be little side characters. He would play the little Jackie Chan, little playful shit. But then he had I think he had the most like hardcore, serious martial art films out of everybody.
yeah, like dude, it'd be like a mixture of styles. Like even wrestling. Like, I've never seen a martial arts a German suplex, a legit German suplex in as an actual move in a fight.
I
film.
know the exact same movie you're talking about, the exact same
Yeah,
scene right now.
no,
I could literally see it in my eyes right now.
Yeah, like Donnie Yen mixes a whole bunch, like, you know, from Tai Chi, boxing.
Oh no, when he does the boxing in his fight scenes,
yeah, like
They actually interviewed
so
him about it.
well.
They interviewed him about him, and they said like, "What's your whole thing about changing everything else?" He says he's actually been a big fan of MMA. He likes the fact like it mixes everything. So
Yeah.
he says that's how he wants to approach it too. Before he had some injuries, he was actually legit going to have an MMA fight.
right. Yeah. Oh, and also shout out to Tony Jaa too. Tony Jaa is another.
Oh, Tony Jaa.
Yeah. Oh, Tony Jaa. I think he kind of sabotaged his own career. That's not.
Yeah, all them damn
He themed
what's some
himself
trash
too
ass
hard.
movies?
No, you mean Defender?
Nah, not the Defender. Nah, it was one where it got worse after each time. Like the first one's classic.
Don Bachman's.
Ong Bak.
Ong Bak, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ong
no,
Bak
one of
3.
the Ong Bak movies is called Defender. Over here,
Yeah.
Fuck,
the one with the elephant.
that's called
Yeah.
Protector.
That's
Protector, my bad.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah,
That was.
those Protector movies were dope. Like,
Yeah.
No, but
but
it's
Ong
just
Bak
like
3 fucked
it was
that
just like
movie
as it
up.
translates. Yeah, Ong Bak 3 was terrible, and Ong Bak 4
Ong Bak
was
3
worse.
fucked up his momentum. Like,
Ong Bak 4 was just like, oh, let's take it to prehistoric time. Like, no, we don't.
Although he did, I mean, Quiet as Kept, he did make a little comeback in that Ip Man Legacy movie, which is, I think no one really talks about all that much either.
Man, Legacy was a damn good movie, but but that's the thing. He had another damn side role. Like, he wasn't no major. You know, he was
Yeah,
like a
here's the
cool
problem.
little character.
That's
Yeah.
the problem with like some of these movies. It's just like when you know you have like A level, like, you know, superstar level martial arts actors, when they have to be forced all together in the same movie, somebody's gonna have to fall to the side, and it just looks bad
Not
on them.
necessarily. It's just a lot of times they don't have the right story. Like, okay, remember that Triple Threat movie?
Oh yeah, that was a
Yeah.
Bruh, you had like that was supposed to be the Expendables of fucking martial art movies.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It was just a flat nope.
yeah. It
So
was,
shit,
it-
they fucked that up. Like, you had Michael J. White, with Scott Adkins,
you know, the dude from the Raid, Tiger.
Tony. That's like, how you fuck that up?
Only
the
The one that was a little better with it was Night Comes for Us, as long as you don't look at the dialogue.
yeah,
Night Come For Us was like, man, that's like that Ricky movie with the damn dude in prison and he's like beating everybody up on some Fist of the North Star. Niggas exploding. Like, that shit was just gruesome to be gory. Like, it ain't seeing no fucking
but the thing
revenge.
was like, at the very least, like, Revenge is actually better. But I was just saying, it's just like, at least when Night Comes for Us, anybody who had some kind of like prowess or something, they had their time to shine. At the very least.
Yeah, that's true.
They did. If you were just a side dude, or you were just like, you know, generic enemy, you were treated like generic enemy. If you at least had a
Yeah, you were
name,
maimed and
if you were named,
broken and shit.
you would have, you said like, who even knows about Bobby Boule? He's just going there, like, Bobby Boule, and he just come in there and just beat the shit out of people, gets shot, and because he only had something in his chest, that's the only reason he survived. There's guys who I don't even know why they, like, I forgot their names, but because they had a name in the movie, that's why they survived.
Yeah, you know that.
See, Hitman 4 does that shit, but it does it in such a better way. Like it gives
Yeah,
you
Because Hitman 4 still, because of the legacy of Hitman, there is some kind of thing like there should be some level of respect if you are some kind of major character of some sort.
Well, it is. I mean, obviously, because he's most known, he's famous as being the teacher of Bruce Lee. And this, in this movie, if this is fine, we actually get to see Bruce Lee be Bruce Lee, you know, being portrayed. And the cat who did it great.
Damn good job.
Yeah,
Danny Chan
killed that shit.
Yeah,
Danny Chan.
You know, but yeah, because Hitman 4, and there might be a little bit spoilers, but I think this is like in the last couple years of his life because he had been diagnosed with
Hey Pat,
cancer.
I just want to say something real quick.
Yep.
You say like, oh, I want to be sorry. It's like those spoilers. Fuck that. It's real talk. You gotta be real about it.
Yeah, that's true. You know, it's real talk. And,
Yeah, exactly. Real
Yeah,
spoilers too.
yeah, I didn't do spoilers on the other martial movies we did, so you know, yeah.
You know,
So,
kinda like, but we don't go into detail. But
yeah, no, but it touches on like, you know, the fact that he had cancer and then his son. He's trying to set up his son's future, and then they also touched upon like the serious things where, you know, Chinese were not very eager to teach their secrets to Westerners, especially martial arts. And that's where a lot of the Bruce Lee story, where the Bruce Lee story comes into play. And then it goes into Yip Man saving, you know, the daughter from one of the Chinese masters. Who, and like I said, 'cause back then too in the 70s, you know, I know Asian racism was probably like at an all-time high.
oh man, you know what? I forgot how well they did the fucking racism in this damn movie. Like,
yeah,
I was legit getting pissed at like some of these scenes. Like
yeah,
honestly, like.
yeah, like there was several scenes. Like this was the first one. Like the daughter was getting bullied because, you know, her father, who was a traditional Chinese, like even at home was like, speak Chinese. You know, like dude, like she was a cheerleader. She was getting bullied, and then, you know, they tried to like they cut her hair, but not before she was whooping some ass. You know, because the father told her, like, no, don't use martial arts. But she
bullshit, old man.
Yeah.
Fuck these hoes.
You old news, nigga.
Like you get bullied by like 12 people. Like, fuck out of here.
Yeah, you guys have never heard of Juju Chan? She's literally the one killing everybody right now.
Oh man, but yeah, man, like they really made you like hate the oppressor in this damn film. Like,
yeah, if it wasn't that, then it was taken to the extreme by Scott Adkins. Scott Adkins is a funny guy to me in terms of how he acts. Like, I don't think he's him as an actor, except when he's done all them fucking, you know, the Yuri Boyka movies and shit like that. You know, dude hits that accent crazy. Even though when he speaks,
but Scott Adkins is more of a you want him to say less type of actor.
Oh,
otherwise the British kicks in more and more and more.
Yeah, like no, it works well in the Undisputed movies. It works well. Like, I think that he had a film called The Avengement.
I saw that movie. That movie was kind of cool.
Yeah, that shit was actually good. Like, it works well in that, but it don't work too well when he has to really like be Americanized or speak a lot.
However,
like,
it did work in this movie, and it worked because he was racist.
It worked great in this movie. Like, man, honestly, like shit, I know Scott Adkins beat my ass, but yo, like the way he was acting in this shit just had me on some like, well, fuck this nigga. Like, throw a brick at him. Fuck him.
Like, pretty much, like one of the things in the movie was just like he all he wanted to do was just put Chinese people in their place. Him and his assistant.
Yeah, with Japanese karate.
Yeah, Japanese karate. Yeah, like it wasn't like he was racist, but he was using Japanese karate. Like it was kind of that was that weird dynamic that people used to use back in the day too. Like, you know.
Yeah, but you gotta remember the little beef they had. Like, I mean, my pops always used to explain that shit. Like how he said that like there was like a jealousy between the two, and how they always want to have like one martial art gotta stand taller than the other.
Yeah, and then you know what?
A lot of the movies reflected it back then.
Yeah, and what you just said just reminded me of another theme that was touched upon too. Now, as you know, like with martial arts, like a lot of the thing with martial arts is how practical a martial art is. Like, some people might think, oh no, a martial art is if it's too many and this is why Bruce Lee became Bruce Lee. It's like, Bruce Lee used to think there was a lot of wasted movements in martial arts and a lot of stances and not enough focus on actual like physical conditioning and stuff of that nature. This movie touched upon it in a way because he had his assistant, like Scott Adkins' officers, whatever he was. Like, dude was in the scene was serving the master because you could see him doing their stances and stuff like that, and the master was just beating the shit out of him one by one. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, damn, like they even put that theme in there. I was like, I was thoroughly impressed that one. And then of course before Ip Man finally was like, he saved the day. And I was like, damn, like they even
like the fight scenes in the movie just kept getting better and better and better.
Yeah. And like I said, the best fight scenes tell a story. In that particular story, I think I was probably the most impressed with everything in the movie because it told us because I've always heard that martial arts should be practical, and it was just that little scene that they had with the masters, where show that they were doing their stances, but in the end they ended up getting severely beaten up doing them.
I mean, old girl held her own though.
Yeah, she did.
He was holding it down.
But yeah, it was just like the fight scenes were just choreographed so it was
I like that part because it reminded me of like boxing gyms where you spar a team or one dude just beats everybody's ass, and then you got one guy in the gym just got to hold it down.
Yeah.
Oh man, so it's like when a movie captures that essence, it just wins my heart, bro.
Yeah, it's just yeah. I mean, from the Bruce, like the cats that train Bruce Lee, him in the brawl with the racist karate experts to the racist, sergeant getting his ass whooped by Ip Man, and to
the Bruce Lee fight was good as fuck.
Hell yeah, and like honestly, that cat should have been Bruce Lee in that fucking Quentin Tarantino movie. Like, I mean, although that one was actually pretty good too in this portrayal too, but this one actually I think was raw Bruce Lee, captured raw Bruce Lee beautifully. So it's just like, it's just like it was just wonderful. It told stories and everything, and then the final fight with Scott Adkins. Finally, again, Scott Adkins first he showed the fight against the girl's father, one of the masters, like after they sprung him from a racist incident. Because they were trying to get rid of all the Chinese people in that city, bruh. And then only for him to fall victim and get severely beaten up by Scott Adkins, who was like, okay, like who talked the talk and walked the walk, and then that set the scene for the finale fight, which was just brutal as fuck. I was thoroughly impressed by that final fight. Yeah, it's like to me it was just like, and I think it was just the whole respect thing. Like you were waiting to see get his comeuppance, because between
it was epic because they made Scott Adkins the perfect villain. Like if there was anybody in the movie I wanted to see get their ass whooped,
yeah, it was him.
It was Scott Adkins in fucking Ip Man 4.
Yeah. Yeah,
like easily the most hated guy. Like more hated than the villain in Ip Man 2, the boxer.
Yeah,
Scott Adkins is so good at just being like slowly unlikable. You just want him to go.
Yeah.
Unless he's
how to fight, so it's like
unless it's Yuri Boyka, the most complete fighter in the world.
Yeah.
yeah, he's likable as that role, but this shit like
no, he's only likable after he got his ass beat in the previous movie that led to his series.
Yeah, I mean, dude was a serious jarhead to the fullest in this movie, man. And it's just like I say, like I said, just the whole thing, racist but uses karate. It's just the whole. Yeah, it's like,
that is the most amazing.
America
sentences that I could hear of. Racist but uses karate.
Yeah,
that's the thing. America conquered what? They won the damn World War II. They beat Japan.
Slave hand palm. Colonizing chop.
they probably felt like, I guess, it's okay. Like, yeah, we can use karate. I mean, shit, we can fuck y'all niggas up. Like,
Yeah.
we dropped atom bombs on y'all.
Yeah.
Fuck your karate. So we'll use it now. Like, y'all good in our book.
We colonize you with our chops now.
So they had that respect. They ain't look at China like that, I guess. But
like one scene, the thing with the wooden dummy, like in there, like dude was, the wooden dummy is used to practice forms and certain attacks and stances and block.
Wing Chun,
yeah,
interception, and the parries and the blocks. Even got the little kick there too.
Yep. But dude was in there like disrespecting the. I was like, I mean, dude had no rules. Like, I mean, dude was just like, Chinese, and from between that and then it's like mocking the tradition and shit. Like, dude was really unlikable in this movie. And
I ain't like how he kind of fucked up that black dude. And a lot of the racist parts that they had, they always show the fucking black guy's reaction to it first. I'm like, these niggas, like,
yeah, like, and he's talking about he wasn't being racist. He just thought dude was soft.
yeah, you just a coward. Like, I'm not racist. You just I'm like, damn, dude. Like, they always be looking at him.
Yeah, and that shit had me.
It's like, you ain't just racist. You just a bitch.
Yeah,
they pan out to like the first brother's face. Like, he's like, oh, this.
Yeah, he didn't want no smoke,
I mean, damn. Like,
and we've all met a person like that. Somebody who's just like, they pretend it's like, yo, I'm with you behind the way. You glance at 1 second, it's like, no, I don't know you.
oh man, that's just so they like the cinematography was damn good. Like, you felt you was there on them damn military bases. You felt you was there in the dojo. Felt you was there in China, America, San Francisco, wherever the fuck they was at for this fucking movie.
Yes.
You felt you was there. You felt you was in the alley. Just everywhere, man. They just captured the essence.
So let me hop in real quick. Is if people needed an answer what we're saying, watch the fucking movie.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, you won't be disappointed. Like me, it's a 10. To me, it's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, and
so much fighting.
Yeah, it's a 10. Like, I really didn't see anything that I could say a weakness that would bring down the movie at any particular time. It's literally the perfect movie to end a series with.
Yeah, and each series got better. Like, if you were blown away with the Mike Tyson Yip Man fight, which was excellent.
Yeah, considering the fact that with Mike Tyson,
because you finally got to see. Because a lot of people be like, "Oh man, you can't use boxing in a street fight." And you finally got to see like elite level boxing choreographed in a movie. So,
right.
That shit was next level big. Like, you don't get to see that. Like, you might see a martial artist box, but you don't get to see like a real elite level boxing and then someone fight against that and parry it and.
Until possibly the next series with a combination of DAZN as Ring Gang Radio, The Greatest Disciple. But otherwise, we'll leave that for another time.
We got, the spin-off from the Jesse Vargas series. We got
featuring Roy Jones, Eric Morales. We need like the Funk Master Flex like explosions behind every single name.
Yeah, and real quick though, Mike Tyson should do some more martial movies. I know he did do a couple, but they're not really good.
Yeah, he was in.
You mean like that one movie with Seagal?
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't see that one. I'm glad I didn't. So, but I saw one he had. What I think it was Bautista and then Jean-Claude.
Yeah, that the kickboxer reboot.
Yeah, that was okay.
Yeah, that was alright.
Yeah, it was. He can't do too many of those, but if he keeps some more Yip Mans on him, then but like I said, it's like you gotta have people willing to put quality behind these names.
Facts.
Also, don't throw no bullshit. Like, we living in an age where like there's too many talented people with scripts and stories that need to be put out there, where we don't have to rely on having the same rehashes or keeping sequels alive. Like, Yip Man, perfect conclusion to this series. It was excellent, and it was spaced out properly. Like, probably, honestly, one of the greatest visual movie series ever to me. Like,
yeah,
I love all four, man. It's excellence.
Yeah, and like I said, no, Donnie Yen should be applauded, and we should really see it. Oh, actually, no, he's gonna be in that live action Mulan movie, if I not just remembered.
Oh, man. I mean, I'm glad he's getting his props and his respects, and I just would love to see him in a main, kind of like how Iron Monkey was, because Iron Monkey was about like the only movie he had over here that was put in the theaters.
Yeah, for like a wide theatrical release. Yeah,
it was like that was in like major theaters over here.
Yeah.
But I feel like they just kind of snuck him in because Jackie Chan and Jet Li were popping, so it was like, yo, Donnie Yen, he the real nigga right here though. Like, he be busting his feet at dudes and.
Yeah, they were probably like, we can't have too many Asian, martial arts in there, and then
Because remember you had a Drunken Master, then you had fucking Jet Li was popping. So,
yeah.
Iron Monkey, it kind of came and went, but it was still dope. Like,
yeah, for sure.
You can bring them in, no problem, as long as like whoever's directing doesn't fuck it up. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
He has a lot of he got one Special ID is dope.
Yeah. But this is I want to see him cross over at least before he gets too old to actually do like at least cross over on some action flicks, an American action flicks, or at least get his flicks in the American theaters. And at least knock out at least a couple of those, to solidify his legacy like Jackie Chan eventually did.
Yeah, and Jackie Chan got it early. It's like Donnie Yen, he's getting his time now, I guess.
Yeah, he's in his 50s. Like he's getting there's only so many years. I mean, granted, yeah. I mean, there's only so many years he can probably do it at his actual peak, and he's still near there. He's not like he's falling off in his action flicks, but
because you don't have any Chinese Sylvester Stallone that's gonna ring these guys up and make an epic movie with them all. So because I would love to see Jackie Chan, Jet Li, Donnie Yen, Sammo.
Yeah, and if it's not in America, like hell, do a Netflix movie. The Night Comes for Us was probably one of the best Netflix movies I've ever seen.
My God, you in this fucking Night Comes for Us? That shit was aight. Like, damn.
The action was fun. It was great, but gory, like unnecessary. It got really gory for no good reason.
Yeah, like man, like
I am a bloodthirsty ghoul. Okay,
there you go. Here's your answer.
Damn.
There's levels to this shit.
Yeah, you got.
I made no claim of what kind of ghoul I am. I'm leaving it to these two motherfuckers right here. I'm not saying shit.
But the bottom line is though, bro, I just want him to at least be like, if it's not in the theater, at least get a movie on the Netflix stream, like those people can actually watch.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like,
so you mean for like that guy, the main guy? He's not the main person, but Iko Uwais, I think is his name.
Yeah, like he was in. I think he was in Night Comes for Us, and then he had the show, which was cool too.
You mean Wu Assassins?
Yeah, it was a little confusing.
Oh God.
It was a little confusing.
Wu Assassins had so much potential. That shit was just so
did.
high.
And it got destroyed right the first moment by CGI. I was like, that's some record time to destroy.
The shit I'm waiting for is that shit that was on Cinemax. I think it's The Warrior.
Yeah.
That shit was dope. With the one guy, he comes over and it's like they're doing the whole gold rush and
yeah. Oh yeah. I was like, what's the Warrior? I was like, oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
That shit was on point, and they got the little Irish gang, and he's fighting different dudes and.
My main thing about unfortunately Iko Uwais is it's just because of like how his such popularity is, like unless you're at like level of the raid, people are not gonna really pay attention as much.
As soon as you gotta know where your bread is buttered, bro.
Yeah, because the raid 2, that one scene with that assassin was by far the greatest fight scene I got to see. They literally used everything in that kitchen.
Yeah, they did. They was not fucking around in that movie. And that's what we want to see. We want to see martial movies that are not fucking around, And
man, there's no weak fighting scene. Like, you can literally watch the movie and then watch it right over from the very beginning. Like, that's how good it is.
They put thought into it. That's what they did.
They put their soul into this shit.
I was trying to die it down, but okay, go ahead. Yeah, sure, go.
Yeah, even the schoolyard fight in that movie with the daughter and then all the white students. Even that was actually watchable. Like there was some ass whoopings and there was like people getting sliced, all types of shit in that one. It's like shit was dope. So yeah.
I love that movie, man.
Yeah, so full recommendation for y'all to see. Like you will not be disappointed. If you are, well, it's simply martial art movies.
If you are, fuck you. That's all I got to say.
I mean, I'll try to be diplomatic about it, but LB, that's the Florida nigga right there. So
I said my opinion earlier. I was just like, if what we were saying didn't give you an idea, watch the movie.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, I know you always got that one contrarian dude. Well, it wasn't that great. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and then you get to smack, you crack him in the forehead and tell him, to go do something.
Before I yip man your ass into the floor and do that 20 punch combination he does where he beats you down into the ground like he's
right
nailing a hammer.
Your chest.
I mean, he's hammering a nail like he's like yo, y'all gotta see this shit. Like yo. We ain't gonna say no more, man. Apologize for any minor spoilers, but
or whatever. But fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, you're not gonna fucking you're not gonna fucking be disappointed.
Yeah, real talk. So yeah, that we comes to the end of our podcast for tonight. You got boxing, you got martial arts, you got all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So if you like what you heard, like I said, you hit that like button. Comment on it, subscribe, and then tell your friends all about it. You know what I'm saying? Ring Gang Radio's for the people. So yeah, final thoughts up. LB, do you have any final thoughts?
Final thoughts is Ring Gang in his house. Brought it back, the OG team, PJ, Pat Scorpio, in his house for Ring Gang.
And don't piss off. Yeah.
For CZ my kneesy. So y'all just enjoy this shit we doing. We gonna have more hot shit for y'all. Just keep going to the website. We just working on more shit. Gonna be leveling up. Remember that Tetris by Rome is out on Spotify. Make sure y'all check out that Ring Gang podcast on Spotify. Tunnel Gang album, The Bars, Flow, Soul, Volume 1, out on out on Spotify. Y'all already know what it is. Twitter, the Soul Wars, Instagram, Soul Wars. Check out all the fly artwork and shit we got popping, man. Ring Gang.
Yes, sir. PJ, you got something, bro?
Yeah, I decided to talk to my officer to let me know what I can reveal in this undisclosed occasion. So keep listening to Ring Gang Radio. We always provide you whatever you can. We always listen to feedback. Let us hear what you need to hear, or let us know what you want, and we'll try and see if we can accommodate for you, especially for the training side. Because as far as we learned, some fighters might need some tutorials. But going back to that, hit up this squad. Pat Scorpio, Lauderdale Boss, Shutterworth the God, me, PJC. I'm not gonna go any further than that. I'll just keep that at secret anyway. Yeah, the Fight Architect. You can find the Fight Architect, and I'll make sure that every time you see anything related to that name, it is very official and very legal.
Yeah.
All right, I'm out.
Yeah, and like I said, just like I mentioned before, man, like, subscribe, comment, share. Let people know that Ring Gang be here. You know what I'm saying? We got that shit that you want and you need, that John Blaze shit. Go to the website, Podomatic, Stitcher, YouTube, everything. We on, we're on every different platform, and then watch out for some articles coming soon and whatnot. And hopefully, see one of us at a live fight real soon. So yeah, for myself, Pat Scorpio, the New England representative. For Lauderdale Boss, with the God Go Artist, for PJ.
Go predictions.
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah, and then for PJ, the Ref, the Fight Architect, it's been another wonderful episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. So until next time, peace.
Peace.